Let's see. So still no sound. Nope, I got sound now, right? Nope, I got sound now, right? Okay. I guess I just had to plug it in again. So how you doing? Staying warm, I hope. I know you had in your other house you had a problem with your heater at one point. How's everything with your new house? Your heat situation? You all set? And everything working fine? Good, good, good. Glad to hear you're not having any problems there, because you never have problems with the heater in the wintertime, and you never have problems with the air conditioning in the summertime, right? that, that's the other way around, right? You always have problems with the heater in the wintertime, and you always have problems with the air conditioner in the summer. Waiting on Tucker Carlson? Yeah, they were trying to keep him from coming back into uh, the country after he talked to Putin. That was really. Some people can be so rude, you know that? I lived quite a while. I'm kind of embarrassed for some of the things that people are doing these days. So I didn't put on my audio. I got to add some new audio, some new tunes to my collection. Nobody much pays attention to what I play. I just have something in the background so that when I stop talking, uh, then something's there instead of dead space. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said anything. I sometimes open my mouth when I shouldn't. So where's my thing? That found a little cheapy ring that kids ring the other day and forgot about it, and was going to straighten it because it's an aluminum ring. It's like a little party ring or something that I was going to put it in my party ring collection, and I don't think it can qualify as a people ring. People ring. Kids rings are people rings too, but I mean even a bling ring, because it's aluminum. It's a little. And I'm going to break it because it's aluminum. Yeah, it's going to break. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to straighten it out because it'll break. So anyway, that's what I had found, and it's just a little aluminum ring. So I was just trying to straighten it out, and it started bending right here. So see where the kink is. If I bend it too much, it'll break. So I'll just leave it alone. And leave it like that there. And so it'll just go in as something I found. Hey, Talca. Hola, amigo. Williamie. I started 1 minute late. Yeah, sorry about that. My I was setting everything up, and all of a sudden I got the little clock of death, and I lost my signal for a minute. So going through things here using my downtime. It's a beautiful day outside, but the ground is so. Last night it rained. I woke up, I think, yep, the rain's done, I think. And it's beautiful outside. Beautiful sky, nice and crisp, and it's even like down in the 40s. But I could even take that, but to be down in the 40s and walk around in gushy, sloshy ground for a couple of days, the ground's going to be sloshy, I think. Hmm. Had a couple things I was going through here while I'm sitting here talking to y'all. But I did find some things that probably everybody else would have thrown away. But I, you know me, I'm eclectic. I tend to keep things like this. So, hey, that's quite the effect there, huh? You're getting very sleepy. No, don't go to sleep. So, anyway, That's off a bike mirror, but I find something to do with it. Early warning system or laser deflector or something. I don't know. So what did I do with my, hang on one second. I'm still here. I'm just moving around a little bit. I'm looking for my key ring. I set something on top of it. So there it is. I do, I'll find my key ring here and add some little clippies to it. I got so I got a oops, that one's broken. Can I fix that one? I don't know, maybe. Anyway, got some key rings, carabiner, and a little clippy hook. I got to put on my so just add it to this menagerie of things. that, trophies, right? Trophies. Hey, Tupac. Good morning. How are you doing? You had a good stream last night? Gotta check out something here. Yeah, it's catching it up as a button. This little thing that I found has a logo in it or something. There. Can't quite make it out. So, and it shows up as a button. So that's probably what it is. Excuse me. There's what it. Uh, That's what it looks like. Anybody know what that logo is? Hey, Silver Assassin. How's it going? Welcome in. So, I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, I know I think he said something about it the other day when he was in. Uh, I think the Legend is a great metal detector. I mean, there very well could be better ones out there, but I don't think for the price and what it is, I think the Legend is. Uh, yep, that's what I got was the Pro Pack. I want to get the LG 24 coil, 6x9. I really would like to get that coil for the Legend because I think it would do a lot better with that coil. I think that's from what I've seen when people are using it, it's just that much better than the 6-inch round coil. Yeah, it's 3 inches longer than the round. The round one that I use is 6-inch round, and the LG 24 is 6 inches wide and 9 inches long. So it uh, cuts a little bit bigger swath. Uh, Not sure about the wave frequency that it uses uh, when it goes into the ground, but it seems to, when other people have been using it, they use the round on one, they use the 12-inch round or the 11-inch round and the 6-inch round on one area, and then they use that LG 24 and they find a few other things. So don't know whether they just would have found them had they used one of the other coils again, but you know, that's always subjective, right? So uh, subjective or objective. I don't Nothing real fancy or anything. I don't think I showed anybody this Jack Skellington pin that I picked up at the airport when I picked up my, or no, I took my son and grandson back to the airport in Long Beach. And I don't think I showed it to anybody. I just found it in my pocket where I put it when I in the jacket pocket. Hey, Adventure Time! How's it going? And I found the Dodgers pin. So around the same time. Hey, Dimebag, you put a period on it, huh? Put a period on that. Yeah, I recommend the Legend Pro Pack as well. It's versatile, and I think it's one of the best detectors. There's a couple people that have got a Legend, and then they move on to like a Deus 2 or a Mind Labs 900 or something, and they seem to like it better. Uh, but I think it's just where you're detecting and what you're detecting. If you took both detectors out, I think you would probably get the same things. Of course, there are, if your adjustments are off, you can't ever adjust like a Deus 2, you can't adjust it to match a Legend or vice versa. So when you're looking at comparing metal detectors, their fine adjustments are off. Uh, I couldn't I couldn't tell you whether I was getting better fines with my Legend than I was with my whites, but I like it better because I got a lot more rings out of the water because I could get in the water at the lakes and stuff. That made a big difference to be able to get in the water without worrying about ruining my detector and be able to uh, find the rings people lost, and pendants and earrings and bracelets and all kinds of stuff in the water. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know there's certain types of ground or even uh, the EM factor around, the electromagnetism of places will do different things to different ones. Sometimes there's one place that I go that has a lot of uh, their electrical running underground, and it just drives my Legend nuts right there. But you get 5 feet away from it, and it doesn't bother it at all. One one day, I think my coil was going out because I was using my 11-inch coil at Huntington Beach, and I was doing a live, and all of a sudden I had so much interference it would not stop. I couldn't hear any good signals because my EMI was just going crazy on me. And I tried everything. I adjusted my sensitivity. I did everything. Everybody was telling me, try this, try that, try this, try that. And pretty soon, when you're having a problem and it won't go away and you're trying everything that people suggest and you're doing it and it's not changing anything, it's not helping, sometimes getting worse, sometimes getting a little bit better, pretty soon it just gets too hair raising and you're sitting there digging at targets that don't exist, and uh, getting a target every once in a while, but it's just too much trouble. But I think my coil was going out because not too long after that, I used my uh, large coil at my 11-inch coil at the beach at the lake, and it was going along just fine, and then just quit on me. But not boom, right, just like that. I just told them that it went out, asked them what I could do about it, and they sent me another one. You know, all I did was send in my serial numbers, and boom, I had another one in the mail. I like working with Nocta. They want to take care of their customers. MJ Squirrel, how are you? Thank you for coming in, hanging out with us. Yeah, two reasons I recommend the Legend. It's affordable, I think, for what you get is very affordable because you can pay. Uh, the only thing about it, like an Excalibur goes a lot deeper, and that's made for, you know, divers and stuff, more or less, I think. But what's that one cost now? I think they adjusted the price, and I think the Excalibur is like $2,500 or something like that, isn't it? I know the Mine Lab, the Manicore. I know they charge a lot of money for that, and I only know one person that really likes the Manicore that uses it. The other people that I know that use it don't like it at all. So it's just each of us being different like we are, and the way we hunt and everything. Different metal detectors are more appropriate for different places. But my biggest thing about the metal detectors in general is that if you get one that's a good price that fits your wallet, I mean, if you've got all kinds of money, you can buy all of metal detectors. It doesn't matter. But if you're only able to get one, like me, I want the one that's most affordable, the most bang for my buck, right? And I think the Legend gives you a lot of bang and a lot of beeps. Well, I'm going to do one thing here. I found this, and I'm not sure what that is. I found this, I believe I found this back in November or something when I was out one day, and it's one of those mystery pods, and I'm going to see if I can break that rust off of it. I just found it in my junk pile here. So I'm going to mess around with that while you guys talk amongst yourselves. So I'm going to scoot up here, and I'm going to see if I can break the rust off of this. I like breaking these things open. It's like breaking a geode open. You never know what's inside. Getting to the center of a Tootsie Pop, you know, that type of thing. So I'm going to see if I can break it. Sometimes rust comes off pretty easy, and sometimes it does not. And like that one round one that I have to do a grinder thing on it because it's coated, but it's not crusty like this. I found that at the lake. So that one has all the characteristics of a uh, meteorite. It has the outward characteristics, but that doesn't mean it's a meteorite. But Huh. This one's not crunching very well either. A little bit, but vice grips are great, especially good size like these. And I found these and cleaned them up, and they work great. Yes, a blob. Then we're looking at another blob. I love to crack them open. And this is a little awkward trying to crack them open here under a camera, but the what's the fun of doing it by yourself if you can do it and have other people see what things are too? It doesn't look like I'm gonna get very much of this to break off. It's can't be lead because lead doesn't rust. Yeah, this one's not gonna break open. Hey, Tennessee. Huh. Has nodules on it that should break off. Well, I'm not having much luck. I'm getting a little bit of stuff off of it. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to go outside and see if I can hit it with a hammer. It looks like it should just crumble off, but it's not doing it. Look at there, it's mashing there. The vice grips mashed it. So, well, I guess the metal is thicker and the rust is not as thick as I thought it was. But you guys can talk amongst yourselves. Well, I'm not sure what I've got here now. It's breaking out a little bit, but I thought it would be like that key ring did. It just crushed and crumbled. This is working out more like that little round blob. It has a thinner crust and I have to go out and knock this around with a hammer or something, like a, or maybe just take a wire brush to it and see what happens, because it's starting to get to shiny metal there. And it's got, I don't know, Weirdest thing. I thought all this would break off because see how it all bubbled up looking. Huh. Well, no reveal there. Sorry, guys. But it is pretty heavy because this thing weighs. This thing weighs. Let's see. Where's my mode here? Weighs 2 ounces. So it's not lead. It's not a 2-ounce sinker. And it weighs 2 ounces. Set my thing back to grams, or I'll start trying to weigh something that is grams and wonder why it's not weighing. So anyway, weighs over 2 ounces. And it's not gold and it's not lead. It has hey, Bad Idea Lab, PA Patriot. How's it going? We were just looking at this piece of 2-ounce metal that thought was all crusty and bubbly, but it's not. The rust isn't breaking off of it like I thought it would. So I'll take the wire brush to it along with that other piece and see what happens. Now that my grinder and everything's outside, all covered up and everything on my workbench, and so maybe tomorrow I can straighten up my workbench and uncover it and do some of this tomorrow outside. Maybe. How's everybody doing today? Is it magnetic? Yes, it is. Here's a magnet right here. And yep, it's magnetic. So, Richard Metcalf, hey, how's it going? It possible. There's always a possibility. It has the characteristics of a meteorite are that it has like an indent on one side, bulbous on the other, crusty. And it's magnetic. It fits all three of those there, except this side isn't round, but it is rounded and molten looking. And this side has got like a thumbprint area indented there, and that's not indented from my pliers. That's just indented. It was might have had a piece of rust break out of it, but it was kind of dished a little bit. This one's rounded a little bit. So possible. There's always a possibility when you find something like this that it's a meteorite. It's not always true, but you know, it's always a possibility when they meet all the parameters, right? I would not say that's definitely a meteorite, but I would say that the probability is mid to high, especially since all the rust won't break off of it or anything, and it's the rust is a lot thinner than I'd imagined it was. So that was my fun little thing to do right there for a minute. Okay, camera back. Isn't this always fun adjusting cameras when you've only got one? It'd be nice if I had one pointing down and one pointing at me, and like Walker Magnet has one on him, one on his hands, and a scope. He's got that all set up. That's what Tupac's got. He's got his all set up like that. But he does move his camera around a bit to show different things. So is everybody having a great Thursday? You know, I was looking at everything. I don't always get the same people in here every day, but I always seem to have, there's, I think, 4 of you that are here every day, pretty much, unless you have something else to do. And the rest of you kind of revolve in and out. But I always have 8 to 10 people watching me. So that's a blessing. Thank you so much for helping me out with my hours. And I'm getting close. I think today went up to 3462. Was it 62? Let me see. No, 32 or 3469. So I'm only 31 away from 3500. So a couple more days, if it keeps up like that, next week I should be up to above 3500. And then if I break that 3500, then the last 500 would be easy peasy, right? Smooth as a goose. Just kind of keep on going. And who knows? Maybe I'll be monetized within the next couple months. That would be nice to be finished with that goal and be able to focus on another goal. Maybe that goal will be making the best video I can and see how many views I can get on a video. Thanks, Adventure Time. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. I wing it all the time, trying to just come up with something to fill time that you guys might be interested in. Sometimes it's only that I'm interested in it. I'm sitting here using this thing today too. I'm trying to strengthen my hands. When your hands get neuropathy and you can't feel things, you guys have noticed, I know you have, you've noticed if I try to hold something like this and I'm trying to hold something up and show you, I drop it a lot. something this small, something this light, and I will drop them. So I'm trying to at least strengthen my fingers and my hands so that I don't drop things as much. But I don't know whether that's going to help, because it's not actually the strength, because I have pretty good strength anyway. It's actually the feeling. If you don't have feeling, really, the sensitivity in your fingers, then you're holding something and you don't know how much pressure you're putting on it. You don't, either it's, um, yeah, kind of, but it's either light and flimsy and you don't want to crush it, or it might be sharp or something. You don't want to smash it and cut your fingers and stuff. But the sensitivity is off and you drop things a lot. Yeah, right. Two-pack, you wing it. And well, you might wing it, but you got a lot more than a couple people hanging out. Yeah, if you're going to do anything, help people keep their hands, especially if you're taking care of somebody. Try to help them keep their hands, because without, you lose things. You know, I've got experience with both hands and feet, and when you lose things on your feet, you lose the ability to walk and everything that can slow you down. But if you lose your hands, you know, then you always feel sorry for, not sorry. I don't mean to sound condescending at all, but somebody who is a quadriplegic and can't move their hands. I have a really good friend, and he was born uh, with a disease. Uh, I can't even pronounce it. But anyway, they didn't expect him to live past 12 years old, uh, if that. And I think he just turned 37. And he's been a quadriplegic all his life. He's been in a wheelchair all his life. And he can move his right hand about half an inch. He can move his hand and his thumb and I think forefinger enough to push his wheelchair around and steer his wheelchair. He can maneuver it. They've got a special control for him. And he used to be able to move his whole right arm, but that's since gone. Now it's just his hand. And he, from the neck up, he uh, no problems. He uh, is very smart. Worked for Disney for 20 years almost, since the time he was like 17. Uh, he almost made 20 years with them, and they retired him this year, which probably is going to be the end when somebody has no purpose and he can't do anything else. He was a computer programmer actually, and since he can't do that now, he's he's kind of lost, you know. Yeah, I know. That's the way it is. It's always going to get worse, but you got to slow it down as much as you can. Um, yeah, and she's probably older than I am, so. He can become a hacker. Yeah, it might be what he does too, because he has a brain. He has a brilliant brain. He and I used to ride the train together when I worked in Burbank, and he worked at Disney in Burbank and Disney Studios, and I would help him eat breakfast, and we had many, many, many conversations, and that was even when I was a better conversationalist. And he's a good kid. Good kid. He's the same age as my youngest son, I think. So uh, made it real easy to become his friend. And we were both disabled. Me at a much lesser extent than him, but we we had a good time for a few years on the train. Now you can't ride the train around here. It used to be that the sheriffs would walk back and forth on the train and uh, keep it safe and keep everybody feeling safe and everything. But not now. The sheriffs don't walk the train, and there's some bad stuff happens on the train. So thank you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Appreciate you guys hanging out and listening to me. Because you don't talk much. You say hi to each other, and then maybe once in a while somebody will talk and say something. But I don't know what you're waiting for me. You got to talk to some, bring some stuff up. Voltaire? No, I've never. What's Voltaire? I use Gold Bond. There's a Gold Bond for your hands, but you can't use that a lot. It's got some stuff in it that if you put it on and go out in the sun, it'll do weird stuff to you. Yeah, but you keep busy. You got a lot of years left, Tupac. You're a kid. Age wise, and for no other reason. You're not too much, only just a couple years older than our oldest boy. No, I guess 5 years older. You're 5 years older than our oldest boy. Yeah, you like it? Does it help out your joints? I know there's something out there now, something new that they say is supposed to uh, help grow back the cartilage between your joints, um, and it's supposed to be. I'm going to have to find out more about it. I've been meaning to look it up and see if I can research it. Um, but they say that they're with this, they'll never do another knee replacement. I don't know whether it's something that they implant cartilage or something that you take and the cartilage grows. Yeah, I figure you'd be working on your packages, Tupac. Thanks for, keeping me on while you're working. Appreciate that. I don't have any work to do when I watch you. I just sometimes peek back and forth, you and the television. But I try to keep up with your stream when I'm on there. Um, oh, that's like ibuprofen or Aleve or something. It's a painkiller. I don't. I take a painkiller once in a blue moon. Sometimes I need a painkiller to get some sleep. Um, but my pain level is 3, 4 consistently. If it goes above a 4, then uh, I can take pain up to an 8 without taking a pain pill, because I think kind of pain is subjective. You think about it. The more you think about pain, like right now, I'm thinking about pain. So my pain levels slowly escalating, climbing up. Uh, oh, with that, you don't have to take ibuprofen. Oh, cool. That's good, because ibuprofen is not good for you, and that's one of the reasons I don't take pain medication. Really? Ginger, huh? Oh yeah, next week is auction week, right? I know there's a lot of natural remedies. God put things here for us for that reason, and that's I believe that that's what those things are for, and you just have to figure out what they are. Uh, Years and years ago, uh, 40 years ago, at least 40 years ago, more, uh, we had a book, and it was called Herbs and Things. And it was really good. That's where I learned that garlic will break up congestion. So if you guys have congestion of any kind, even if you can't stand it, if you hate garlic, take 1 clove of garlic, fresh garlic, and chew it up. Chew it, because the garlic has to get into your system and permeate your system and your lungs and stuff while you're chewing and you're breathing, and it will knock congestion out, guaranteed. I like gingerbread. I like ginger snaps and ginger. Can you use ginger snaps, or do you have to have like fresh ginger? If you make your own ginger snaps and put enough ginger in it, what do you think? I know ginger snaps do help in nausea, because when you eat ginger snaps, they will help your stomach if you've got an upset stomach, ulcer, that type of thing. But I need to get a hold of that book again, Herbs and Things, because it has a lot of good information. It's old. It's a really old book. It's written a long time ago when a lot of people used herbs and uh, fauna for uh, medicinal purposes and everything. So it's their knowledge. And, you know, physicians don't like you to look at that kind of stuff. They don't like you to try and treat yourself because you usually do a better job. If I would have, when I was 49 years old, if I would have started natural remedies, or when I was 45 years old, if I would have kept up with the natural remedies and not done so much of the, uh, you know, fast food stuff and everything, I think I would have been better off than, uh, like right now. I've been healthier right now, but I am taking that one thing uh, for that trial, and that has that's changed my life. The moment I started using that, within you know a week of using, or 2 weeks of using that medicine on that trial, my diabetes started curing itself. I lost weight. I'm down. I'm at 165 right now. I think I'm at a healthy weight. Uh, I could use more muscle, but take care, Richard. I missed it here just a couple minutes ago. I hope you're still there to say goodbye. God bless. Thanks for coming in. Walmart sells ginger root capsules. I know Chinese food has a lot of ginger in it too. But I'll have to try that. Thanks, Richard. You're listening while you drive. All right. Very cool. There's a lot of you out there working and doing your thing and listening. And I'm trying to come up with things to talk about so that you can listen to something besides dead space. But you guys are helping. I'm liking talking about the herbs and stuff. But, you know, the only thing that's going to bother me about not taking all the meds anymore, um, I was on a diabetes medicine, glucophage, glimepiride, all that kind of stuff, and metformin. And um, I was on high blood pressure medicines, and I was on a water pill along with a high blood pressure medicine. The only thing I'm going to miss about that is this. I use these bottles to put things in, to separate them and store them. They're not the best for storage, but they have the little lockdown. You have to push the thing, lock it, unlock it. They snap shut so they don't come off. They don't get pushed off accidentally. I like these bottles, and they're easy to open too. And uh, they're they're easy to store when they're empty, because for that case, Oh, these don't. The other bottles do. I get them from a mail. Uh, get them from a mail order place for my other meds and ones that I take, and they you can screw two bottles together of that and have them locked together. That's kind of cool if you want to keep things. The only thing I don't like about them is the labels don't come off. The labels, they use a glue on their labels and they just will not come off the bottles. And I don't like to leave labels on the bottles. And another thing that's good for you is cinnamon and cloves. I heard uh, something the other day I saw on Instagram, and I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it today, as a matter of fact, because I never thought that I would start losing my hair, but I can see my scalp through my hair now. And I used to have the thickest hair, and that's why I wear the hat all the time. Not that I'm afraid of going bald, I just don't want my head to shine. Don't tell too many people about that. There'll be people breaking into your house because of that. So, anyway, if you take 2 tablespoons of rice and fresh cloves and you boil them together and then drain the water off of them and use that water to massage into the top of your head if your hair is thinning. Not if you're going bald genetically, but if you're just getting old like me and you're uh, it's supposed to stimulate the hair and thicken it up a little bit. I think that, so 2 tablespoons of rice and fresh cloves boiled together, and it's supposed to help thicken your hair. So I'm going to try that. I'm probably going to make that mixture. You just put it in a spray bottle and spray it on your hair and massage it in and leave it. And uh, it seems that rice is becoming very popular for a lot of things. If you boil rice and cayenne pepper together, and you eat rice and cayenne pepper, and you eat 2 tablespoons of rice and cayenne pepper at night, you lose weight. That's what they say, anyway. I haven't tried that one either. I don't need to lose weight. Marinating? Yep. True, true. Is that what you? Oh, uh, right. Rice and cloves and maple syrup, right? I was watching this show I like to watch because it's got adults playing with Legos. Have you ever watched that Lego Masters? Have you ever seen that show? Yeah, probably the cayenne pepper. I think it's a mixture of the things. When they come up with something, well, they make the cayenne pepper edible so that you can eat it by putting it on the rice. Nobody wants to put cayenne pepper in their mouth. But there was another drink that with cayenne pepper and lemon juice and something else. They did the same thing with if you drank that, you would lose weight. Yeah, rice is starchy, and it is one of the, I think, one of the highest carb things. That's why you only eat 2 tablespoons. But be truthful now. How many overweight Chinese people do you see? Their main thing is rice. Ours is potatoes, right? You go out to dinner, uh, you go to a burger joint, you get French fries. You go to a steakhouse, you get baked potato. You go and have meatloaf, and you get mashed potatoes. That's what it is here, right? But when, if you were in China or most of Asia, even India, a lot of their food is rice. And you don't see a lot of heavy people from India or China or Thailand or any of those places. You don't, and they eat well, you know. Oh, every sumo wrestler, come on, Dimebag, they make themselves fat. Those sumo wrestlers, they're not only genetically designed because of where they come from, Sumatra, uh, you know, I think it's where most of them come from, but um, they make themselves big like that for that purpose. You know, it's like a gladiator. You know, gladiators build muscles, and sumo wrestlers build fat because they just want the weight behind them, right? But they got a lot of muscle too. Yeah, loaded them with bacon and sour cream and butter, cheese and onions, and yep, yeah, that, and they're called loaded for a reason, right? For sure. So rice is training. I don't know. You know, you think about it. They say rice isn't good for you. When I was a diabetic, uh, they said to stay away from rice because it was so high in carbs and everything. And carbs turn to sugar, and your body's not absorbing sugar right and everything. But I look at all of the things over the last 50 years, and when I was in my 20s, nobody worried about diabetes. Back in the 70s, you didn't hear about diabetes really. I knew about diabetes because they said my mom was hypoglycemic, which means that you have too little sugar and you have to eat sugar. Your pancreas is hyperactive, right? Thus hypoglycemic. Anyway, um, I knew about diabetes, didn't worry about it. Doctor never told me that I was prone to diabetes because my mom was hypoglycemic. Um, and I didn't even really think about diabetes until they started testing me for other things when I started having like a bone spurs in my neck and had to have surgery. And so they were testing me for uh, testing my blood and urine and everything like they always do. They test everything, and then they said, "Oh well, you're um, pre-diabetic." Then they started giving me medicine, and I became a diabetic. So if they say you're pre-diabetic, tell them I'll take care of it and go and change your diet because you just had too much sugar the night before you went to the doctor. If they say you're pre-diabetic, and now they're learning all kinds of things about diabetes, and they're saying all kinds of different things that cause it. And one is that uh, what you eat, not how much sugar you eat, but the things that you eat can make your pancreas ill. And now they're saying that you can make your pancreas uh, well again. And they say that you can, if you've got liver disease, they used to say the liver disease was going to kill you. But if you treat it right, you can cure liver disease now. Not any miracle of anything, it's just mainly what you eat. We're eating so many chemicals and garbage uh, that people put into the meals and everything that you buy for convenience sake, taking less time to prepare your own meals, uh, healthy, you know, prepare healthy meals, and you just grabbing a hamburger and other things. And now they're pumping so much uh, chemicals and vaccines and everything into the meat, so you don't know what you're getting there too. So uh, you got to be really careful these days. People will do all kinds of things to you if you're not watching. If you're not paying attention, there's people in the world that will try and kill you slowly too. That's not somebody going to come up and stick you with a knife or anything. It's somebody that's going to kill you slowly. And then the pharmaceuticals don't help. Sorry, I'm off on a tangent. I gotta quit. I gotta start. Let's find something else. Yeah, dandelions. You can eat dandelions. They used to make dandelion tea. Yeah, frosted flakes won't hurt you as long as the corn wasn't doused with chemicals before they made the flakes out of it. Yeah, and you know what, William? The the real tragedy there is as you're getting old and you're experiencing these things, used to be that a person my age, not like me, but my age, was really old. Um, After they stopped living till 900 years or 120 years, 140 years, when average age became 70 years, 74, if you lived 4 years past 70, and then you were old and blessed. And people would listen to you. And when you said, I had this experience and this is what happened, they used to believe people and take their word for it and try not to do what they did wrong or try to do what they did right. Right? They were the elders. Now all they want to do is get rid of us. They don't want our experience. They don't want our knowledge. Um, they want rid of us because we're a drain on the economy. We're a drain on uh, everything because of our medical problems, because of having to take care of us because we're no longer in the workforce. And so, what do you do with something that you deem useless or deem dangerous to you because you're sucking up resources and you're not uh, making any reciprocatory uh, input. So they want. Uh, I will be 74 March in a month and a half or so, month and 3/4. So what do they want to do with us? They don't want to listen to us. They don't want to listen and say, well, you made that mistake. They want to make that mistake for themselves. And there's time in my life when somebody gave me advice and I didn't take it for sure, that I wanted to experience it myself and see what happened. And general rule, I made the same mistake they made and got the same results that they made. And when you get old, you learn your lesson. Yeah, yeah, it's not cool to be
Somebody shut me off.
Is it back? You hear me now? Nope. I think you're right. I think the mic died. Where's my other microphone? Hang on just a second. Hang in there. I got to get my spare mic. I must left this one unplugged. Didn't have that much juice in it, I guess. Hang in there. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, is it working now? Yeah, I think I've got it. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to plug in the other microphone. Oh, the light came on. Well, maybe it won't hook up. Let's see. What is in this box? We have a box here. A box. I didn't know there was anything in this box. Are you kidding me? Oh no, I didn't know these were in here. I thought, okay. You still hear me all right? Hang on. I'm off in La La Land. I'll do that later. Okay. Put that stuff up there. Okay. Cool. Turn that down a little bit. Alrighty. Now, where were we? So, yeah, we were talking about people not appreciating older people. And I can see, that some of us aren't all that bright. But I know I'm not a genius. I'm not the smartest person in the world. And, you got to take some of the things I say with a grain of salt, to say the least. So, I might be, jesting with you. You got to be real careful because see what that says. And, I used to be the kind of guy that would tell a story. When I was younger, I would tell a story and it would have a grain of truth to it, but then it would be really exaggerated and everything. And hoping people had the same type of humor as I had, but they didn't. They didn't. They took it as you're full of it instead of a funny story. They took it a little differently. So I got to be careful about the stories I tell. If I tell you a story, it happened, because I don't want anybody saying it didn't. So I don't exaggerate it and make it bigger and better than it was for entertainment's sake. I learned my lesson there. Those are one of the uh, things you learn is be careful. And if you do tell one, tell people that you told it. When you're done, say, "How that was just a story, people." I wrote a story and I sent it into Isaac Asimov one time, but they didn't want to print it in there. Does anybody remember Isaac Asimov's uh, paperback? It was a monthly paperback. It came out. It's kind of like Reader's Digest, Isaac Asimov, and it's all science fiction stories. Mostly 99% about robots. You have a good baseline for my mental state? What's that? Gone with the wind? But I wrote a short story when I was in college, and I was wanting to be a writer. Turns out I wasn't a very good writer because I didn't use punctuation properly. I didn't use the comma or the colons or the semicolons. I didn't use those properly. You'll know when I'm losing it. So, yeah, it's been a good life. I guess let's pull it down a little bit. There we go. My blue screen's looking. I got a blue screen up behind me. If you spin it around, it's a green screen. And one of these days, I'm going to have something other than my hanging background up there, something outdoorsy. I made a few videos that I liked where I was using the forest behind me. I liked that. I was using a live video of the forest behind me. Yeah, I would like to have a beach scene and a forest scene and a desert scene and stuff and put those up behind me so that it seemed like I'm metal detecting. So that's why I have that. Uh, Getting around to it, found this on online for $7. I got this uh, green screen, and it's like 6.5 feet tall by about 5 feet or 4.5 feet wide, and it's on a frame, so you can either twist it and fold it up into a smaller thing to put away, or you can leave it up, and it's got this spring frame on it, so it stretches out and keeps it nice and taut, so you don't have any wrinkles in it. I won from the Rusty Magnet Fisher. I won a green screen. It's about half the size of this one on his stream. Are you alienated there, Tupac? So I guess I'm gonna have to try it out, but I was having so much problem just getting StreamYard started, on this iPad. I've got a good computer, but I like to leave it in the living room. And I hook it up to my big screen TV. I've got a 65-inch, not a big, huge one, but I got a 65-inch big screen TV, and I like to keep my computer hooked to that so that I can see it. But I might break down and bring the computer in here uh, to use it for my live stream and turn my live stream into something bigger and better because I can't really get StreamYard to gel on this iPad. iPad works fine for what it's doing right now, except I have problems with sound and sometimes connecting. Like this morning, I got everything going, and then it sat there when I went to push go, it just clocked. And it clocked for about a minute before it finally kicked in. I lost some people here. Make sure if you have to leave, hit the thumbs up. Got 15 or 16 thumbs up. So anyway, I I do have my issues. This seems to work out all right. This storm really did my phone service a disservice because my phone service was the beginning of last week was really bad. So I had some real problems staying live, and uh, but we got it done. We found some okay finds and had a good time talking about them and everything. That's what it's all about, right? So, and you guys are always right there helping me out. So I, oh, the iPad is on uh, my Wi-Fi here at the house, and I just had my internet changed, and it didn't seem to help any at all. As a matter of fact, I was having less trouble with clocking before they changed me from 300 megabits to 500 megabits. And so when it went to 500, which is supposed to be faster up and down, right? Faster upload, faster download, uh, seems that service didn't get better. So um, that's an issue I have to take up with him. But I just did some adjustments on my internet and negotiated with them. And as one of my perks, I was supposed to get 500 megabits instead of 300 megabits because I told them, I said, you guys keep coming out here. I have you come out. You change connections. You put new wire on. You put a new router in or modem, not router, uh, a modem, and I have my own router for the Wi-Fi. But I might have to, maybe I should call them and see. I might have to restart my modem. I didn't do that after they said that I got 500 megabits. I guess I should call them, go through the thing, and uh, have them online so that they can see if there's any problems, have them send their signal into it and stuff like that that they do to see if that is the problem, that I haven't really changed from 300 megabits until I reboot my modem. Yeah, do a reset. They didn't tell me I had to do that when I made the negotiation. They just said that I would be getting 500 megabits now. So that's something I thought that's just a switch that they flip, but it, it might be the thing, right? It might be the thing altogether is a reset because I have to reset a lot. I even have to reset myself sometimes. So, but you guys are uh, really kind of flipping me out here that you guys sit and talk with me all this time. I I can't say how much I appreciate it because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be getting any watch hours. Don't know why my videos aren't uh, doing better. I've got some pretty good videos and some that are pretty funny. I don't know why people don't come in and watch them. I don't know. I don't know the dynamics of things like I should. I guess I'm not. I try to read uh, the analytics and stuff and try to figure it out. But although I have a lot of life experience, I thought that I understood electronics better than I really do. Uh, I thought I had an understanding uh, of the things that make sense, but evidently I don't, because I don't know why a piece of tinfoil a seal, will get 9,000 views, as versus a pendant will get 100 views, or a ring will get 9 views. I don't understand those dynamics. I don't understand. I keep doing it because that's what people are looking at. And what do they say in entertainment? Give the people what they want. You know, if a person wants to look at my treasure trash, I'm going to give it to them. If they'd rather see a zinc penny than a copper penny, if they'd rather see uh, a, a hunk of iron than a 50-cent piece or a quarter, or, you know, I seem to have those things take off for some reason. They just and start moving when it's uh, beyond me what they see in it, other than I dig it up, I show them. So, and I know we talk about this a lot, but this is one of the things that I'll keep talking about until I get it. Uh, I was just looking at um, my shorts, and the shorts that I put up, I haven't put any shorts up this week really. ABC Treasure, how's it going? And the shorts that I did put up, let's see, the okay, I put up this one was pretty cute. My little rubber ducky floating down the gutter, and I got 400 and well, I got 419 views, and and I got 2 new subs out of it, so that's okay. But the last real short I put up was a short of a Zinken, and it got 1,491 views and 1 sub. And then the one right before that, just 3 hours before that, was a nail. This one's kind of surprised me because it's a nail, a, a bent nail, and it only got 18 views, which is really strange for a piece of rusty nail. I usually get 1 to 3,000 views on a nail. And listen to me complain about getting 17 views or 18 views on a nail. But then um, what was the best one just before that? There it is. This foil seal got 2,500 views for a foil seal and 8 new subs. So 8 people liked a foil seal well enough to say, I want to see more of that. That's the way I take it, right? You know, uh, I get I was getting the same amount of views every week, and every day getting, if I put on 5 shorts, I would get 3 of them to take off and 2 of them wouldn't do good at all. But I now I'm not doing anything. It's like, I mean, one out of the last, let's see, go back. Um, Out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the last day I put up 5 shorts was Sunday, and one of them, two of them, two of them got 1,400 views. One got 9, one got 17, and one got 377. On Saturday, my all 5 of my shorts flopped on Saturday, and I can see that people having things to do on Saturday. They're not looking at YouTube, but that wasn't a problem before. On Saturday, I had more people looking at YouTube than any other day because nobody was working, right? Or not nobody, but most people weren't working. And so that's when I showed, what did I do with it? I just had it here. I showed that piece that I showed yesterday where uh, I found all the pieces in that one spot. I had 5 pieces. It's missing one. It's like a pendant of sorts. I think it's a pendant. What did I do with it? I just had it in my hand. Oh, there it is. This thing. This thing I found in 5 pieces, right? The 2 corner pieces and the 3 pieces. So I put that mostly on Saturday, and when I dug it, the first one got 95 views. The second one got 9 views, which was one piece of the corner piece and the nail and a couple of odd pieces that were all together in one spot in one hole. Then a piece of the shank and the side piece was 27 views. Then the corner and the 2 side pieces that I found got 22 views, and the 1 corner piece that I found got 11 views. And so no views on Saturday. Then on Friday, that foil seal got 2,500. The sprinkler pipe that I never even showed what I found, except that I dug a hole and there was a sprinkler pipe in there. It got 39, almost 4,000 views, and then 56 views on a zinc and penny, and 2,400 views on a copper penny, and 23 views on another zinc that I found. So I got a whole 23 views on that one. And so that was Friday. So it's just really, it's not something that you can count on. Before I could count on putting up almost anything and get 3,000 views 3 out of 5 times. Hey, Tennessee, you're back. Well, we know how that is. I have real good experience with losing service. So anyway, the shorts, even you guys familiar with metal detecting with Randy, he's been helping me with my shorts. He helped me go from one point to another, and he helped me to do things on my shorts that I haven't changed the way I do them, and got triple my subscribers and tripled my views. And then that was going well. And we did that when I uh, stopped digging, and I didn't have much to show. And because I wasn't digging and everything, we were doing some creative stuff to do remixes and everything. I was going way back and pulling in remixes, live digs and everything, and pulling things out that I'd never put in a short before because I wasn't doing anything new, and I was doing well. Nothing's changed except I've done some live digs and tried to video some shorts on my phone when I wasn't live, and trying to remix from the lives when I was. So, uh, but then all of a sudden, and it was almost the moment that I got the monetization, uh, the 3,000 watch hours, that everything started changing. And it's like I don't get put into the feed anymore. And it's days. It's I'll go days. Like some of these will be at between 0 and 500 views, and then all of a sudden it just starts climbing, 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 and then it'll go straight up, and I'll get a couple thousand views, and it'll have been 2, 3, 4 days that it has been on, and never hit the feed until, you know, 2, 3, 4 days later, and then all of a sudden it hits the feed, and I get a couple thousand views. When it hits the feed, I get views, but if it doesn't hit the feed, I get nothing. Yeah, I don't do real well on shorts that are longer than 15 seconds. So I try to make mine between 5 and 15 seconds so that people don't, uh, because if you make one longer than 15 seconds, a short, it doesn't it doesn't do anything more for you, and less people will watch mine if they're over 15 seconds. I've tried to make them 30 seconds, 45 seconds, even a couple that were 60 seconds, and nobody wants to watch them. They never hit the feed. And yeah, I know I can do that with I can click it over to 60, but it doesn't give you any watch time. So if you want, when I make something over 15 seconds, I make it a video so that if they watch it, then I get at least watch time for it. So if 4 people watch it, I get a minute watch time for it. That's if YouTube is generous. Yeah. So yeah, if I'm going to make something over 30 seconds, especially, I will, uh, you know, make it a video, because I think you have to have 37 seconds of a video for them to even consider giving you credit for it. So, but I don't think that I can work the system. I'm not savvy enough to work the system. Hey, all diver, Greg, how are you doing? Trying to get up to 20 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button now. Boom. Yeah, so I know this is part of my topic a lot, is me trying to understand whether I'm doing something wrong, uh, whether I'm doing something right, uh, if I can change something. But I don't want to change doing the treasure trash because that's my thing. Like somebody said the other day, my beard was my trademark. Well, treasure trash is my trademark. Treasure trash is my trademark. And really, most of your videos that go over 1K are 45 seconds. Guess I should go through and see uh, where my clock is when I get more views, because let's just give that a shot and see between the ones that have gotten more than 1,000 views, how long they are as compared to um, so the the last short that I put on is 11 seconds was the ducky, the swimming ducky, 11 seconds, and it only got 420 views. The the next one, the one right before that, 3 hours before that, got 1,400 views and is 12 seconds long. So it got 1,000 views more. It was 12 seconds, and that was the difference between a uh, Zinken and my rubber ducky. So then the one that got 17 views was a nail, and it was 7 seconds. And the one right before that got 1,400 views was a sprinkler pipe, got 1,400 views, and it was 10 seconds long. I don't think I have anything over 15 seconds long here. None of them are over 15 seconds long that are shorts. I got one just labeled treasure trash, and it's a 11 second, and it got 3,404 views, all within one day. So it didn't go long, and and it was a pull tab, a could be pull tab. So see, my things go, none of them are over 15 seconds long. Yeah, you know what? I can't build a Facebook. I put things on Facebook, and I still only have like 400 people watching me. Not all the time either. I get like 10 views on Facebook. I don't get anything on Facebook. I get very few on Instagram. I get a lot of compliments on my Instagram stuff, but I don't get a lot of views at all. But I'm trying something right now. I want it as a little experiment. So I'll let you know how it goes, because I added a hashtag into my hashtags. Yeah, that's true. When I went to school, took drafting, it was all blueprints. Typing was mechanical, and we were still learning cursive. So I I don't know whether you guys ever saw it or not. Let me pull up uh, shorts. I think it was a short. Short. Um, all right, my highest short, my highest viewed short was this one. Here. So find something good every day. There you go. A self-tapping bolt. So find something good every day. There you go. A self-tapping bolt. You guys heard that all right? Saw it all right? And that was, there you go, 17,400 views. And I only got 12 new subs from that one, but 12 was really good for me at that point. But that hit 17,000 views just for self-tapping bolt. And the next highest was a vape. I found this. I don't know. Push. I thought it was a battery. I didn't even know what the vape was then. Phone battery, a portable battery. Maybe. That's how now that was funny. That was funny. I got 12,000 views on that one, and that I thought because it had a plug-in on the bottom of it, I had never seen a vape like that because I don't smoke them. I don't have anything to do with them, and so my very first vape that I found like that, and it went to 12,000 views. That was funny. That was wait a minute. How many subs did I get from that one? How many people decided to sub me from that one? Let me see. Found this. 17. I got 17 new subs instead of 12 for 5,000 views less. So not very many people go subbing when they go watching shorts. Read your last comment. Okay, hang on. Let me. Yeah. Oh, I can see why. Yeah, Tennessee. That's, but you know what? I I enjoy the people's comments when they make comments. I like to see comments, and no matter what they watch, I wish they would tell me. I invite people to say things as long as they're not mean and vicious. I like people to be interested enough to make a comment, tell me how they like it, how they dislike it. Especially if they dislike it, I want to know because I want to know if I can make it better. Because uh, I will never be one of those guys that actually fakes a dig or anything. I think Gregory was talking about that before, uh, and yesterday I watched these guys dig up idols and all kinds of things and uh, diamonds and crystals and stuff that they planted. And some of them are pretty convincing. Some of them make it look like because they'll pack it in and make it hard to get out and everything. They'll do a lot of things to make you believe that they really dug it. But I don't I don't get it. And they'll get a million views. They'll get a million views for faking something, but I just can't do that. I can't. Uh, if I did it, it would say satire at the top, or it would say, pulling your leg or something. I couldn't try to make people believe that I was actually digging something that I wasn't, and especially if it was something that you would know for a fact that would never be there in a million years, would never be there. And like the guy that said he found the pocket watch while he was coal mining. I don't believe that he found a pocket watch while he was coal mining. Unless he was in a coal mine and somebody had dropped their pocket watch and it got buried in a heap. And I could see that, but not one actually frozen in time in the coal, not in the ore. What did I do with my glasses here? I had my glasses on. What did I do with them? They're not on my face, not on my head. What did I do with my glasses? Oh, there they are. I can't. They're behind my thing. Can't see. All of a sudden, I got blurry-eyed. Yeah, everybody. There's a lot of people out there that fake everything. Uh, Yeah, I'm still waiting on that one too. I I thought I really had a large diamond that one day. I got that silver ring that had the cubic zirconia and marquise. I really thought that I had a big one that day. It wasn't fake. It was, I mean, it wasn't a diamond, but it was a silver ring from a bona fide silver company, Nevada Silver, as a matter of fact. And when I found it, this woman almost flipped. She saw it when I pulled it out of the sand and I was brushing the sand off, and she saw it from the sidewalk, and she about flipped, almost jumped into the tot lot with me to see it. That was funny. But I got, a little bit of a defibrillator there. Hey, sunfish. Oh, you caught me. So looks like I made it to my 20 mark. Diver, you still there? How many likes do you see? Or anybody? I think I've got 20. It shows 19. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave. Even if you guys have to leave, I'm going to sit here until I get to the 3-hour mark. So I will go until my clock reads 180. And let's see if I can get to 30 likes in the next, how many? I need 31 minutes. 30 in the next 31 minutes. I found several real diamonds in silver, not on a ring. No, one silver ring I found that has real diamonds in it. Found a lot of real diamonds and silver uh, bracelets and earrings, but most of them are lab grown diamonds, but they're diamonds, you know. And most of them aren't more than uh, the 1/10 size, 1/10 carat size. Most of them are 1/100th. Like that one bracelet I found had several 1/100ths, and then I found a couple that had 1/10ths in them. And I found a couple of gold rings, of course. They're more likely to have diamonds in them. But somebody told me that right in the beginning. You'll never find anything that's made of silver that has a real stone in it, real diamond. But I have. Matter of fact, they're not just me and my tester testing it. I've taken them in and had jewelers look at them to make sure that they were. And that one that getting around to it found. Hang on just a second. Oh, it's way over there. I won't go way over there and get that. But the one that getting around to it found surface find on a concrete slab under a picnic table. And she found that silver ring, sterling silver ring, that had 57 1/10 or 1/100th diamonds in it, and one stone was missing, so it has 56 out of the 57 sets, and they're all diamonds, and it says right on the inside lab grown diamonds, but uh, they all test out real. I know you do. I know you do. You just haven't been lucky, I guess. Not as lucky as we've been. And I count it really lucky, even if the things aren't worth anything. And that's the thing about treasure hunting, right? I'm not in a place to where I'm going to find a stash of Viking gold and silver, or a canister or a jar full of 1800s coins buried in the Civil War. I'm not ever going to find anything like that. I'm not going to find a relic worth $1 million. Uh, I'm not going, from where I'm at, going to find much of anything. Uh, if I ever go to a beach and am uh, in the right place at the right time, it's a possibility I might find a diamond ring. It's a very good possibility. There's people that have found them. What's his name? The treasure hunter that found the uh, diamond ring worth $30,000, and he found it, was able to return it to the owner, which was really great that he could. But he found the owner by the number in the diamond, because the diamond was real and registered and tattooed, engraved with a serial number. And is his name Jake or Jack? Treasure Hunter Jack? Treasure Hunter Jake? But he documented that, and that would be really cool. And there are uh, beaches on California shore that people go to that have a chance of losing jewelry like that, because there are a lot of people that go to those beaches that have a lot of money. So that is a real possibility. And that's exactly what I would do. Is if I found something that big, I would take it to a jeweler. I would research the information in the diamond if it was marked, and try my best to get it back to the owner. You know, I don't do this for treasure like out of greed. I don't. There's a lot of people think that we do, or that I do, you know. But I don't do it out of greed. I'm not. Um, if you've heard of it, I know that most of you have. Uh, Lay up your treasures in heaven, not on earth. The treasures that I find aren't worth anything and I can't take with me. They're just fun to find. And that's my biggest thing is the hunt. I've always told you guys that, whether it's a chunk of metal like this that I don't know what it is, 2+ ounces of Mysterio. Yeah, that's a Mysterio. Yeah, I love finding stuff like this because I don't know what it is. Uh, I just know it's not lead, and I know it's not gold. It's not silver. But uh, I like finding keys. I just dug these out of a box. I found a lock key, and I believe this is a house key. Doesn't look like a car key to me. It looks more like a house key. I like finding keys. I like finding things. I like. I just like hunting for it, and I make that connection to the ground. You ever see a kid playing in the dirt? You ever pay attention to a kid playing in the dirt? Do you remember being a kid and playing in the dirt and digging in the dirt? When I was a kid, we almost uh, wrecked a garbage truck because out behind our house was an alley where the garbage trucks would pick up the trash. And we had two trash barrels. We had a trash barrel for garbage that the trucks would pick up, and we had a burning barrel where we would throw uh, the cans and burn the labels off of them, and then we'd throw them in the trash, and we would burn anything burnable because they didn't want it in the landfill, right? Wood and paper and everything. Before recycling, there was no recycling back then. So we dug a 10-foot long, or 12 foot, no, 12-foot long, 8 foot wide, 12 feet deep hole in the alley. So my sister was in on that. 12 of my neighbors, my neighborhood kids, our whole baseball team and football team, we dug that hole and made a fort, covered it with wood, covered it with dirt, and made an entrance to it from our backyard under the fence into that hole and played in that. And then one day the garbage truck veered off the alley roadway for some reason and got its front wheel stuck in that hole. So that was a fun thing to get out of. uh, anyway, we had to fill it in. Needless to say, we had to fill it in. And in retrospect, we should have put the dirt, instead of spreading it out over the alley, we should have put the dirt and built a wall around the edge of it so that the truck would know it was there, that they wouldn't run into that wall. and build it up with the dirt and rocks and stuff that we got out of it. But we didn't do that. And so I used to build things in my backyard when I was a kid and uh, use my Tonka toys, my graders, my dump trucks, and everything, and build tracks for cars and build whole landscapes in our backyard. Because half of our yard was lawn and half of it was dirt. And my dad let me dig up all kinds of stuff in that backyard. I mean, we dug uh, foxholes and played army. You know, we'd uh, dig fire pits and burn wood in the fire pits and have a uh, nighttime fire and stuff. We just did all kinds of things in the dirt. Played marbles, dig holes in the ground and shoot marbles. Yeah, sunfish you're playing in right now. Are you digging right now? Oh, you're planting seeds for the spring. Oh, okay. So this is like being my childhood years again, digging in the dirt. But I believe too that there's energy in the earth that we lose contact with as adults. I think that because of the magnetic energy and everything from the ground itself, by connecting to the ground, there's electrical energy, there's all kinds of things in the ground. See you later, going around. See ya. Have fun getting your packages together. See you, Tupac. Peace. Stay safe, brother. So, anyways, I think that by getting down on the ground, that's why sometimes I don't wear gloves. You know, most of the time I'm not wearing gloves because I get an energy from the ground when I'm digging in it. And it actually makes me feel better. Like right now, I'm stuck in the house with all this rain and everything and can't get outside and dig. And I get uh, lethargic, kind of, you know, because I just don't have any energy. I think I've got to do this. I see a break in the sun, and I don't want to get up and go do it because I've been sitting there and I haven't gotten my uh, energy from digging. Oh, you're shooting watermelons? That's how you're planting seeds for spring? Okay, sunfish. That's good. I wish I could spread some watermelon seed. I've got a couple shotguns that I need to uh, go out and make sure that they work properly. Uh, I haven't fired them in years, so I need to go out. I've got a couple boxes of shells that I can go out. One's birdshot, one's not. That don't make too much difference. But those are almost as old as, well, they are as old as the last time I fired a shotgun. So I need to find out if they'll even fire. I'm sure they will. They've never gotten wet or anything. So, oh, you're welcome. Hey, this is my way of being patriotic. I have had issues about flags before. I just want everybody to know that I believe in our flag. I believe everybody should have the freedom that the United States provides, but I don't think that you should steal it. You know, I think that you should earn it. Being born here, being raised here, and being part of it, you earn it. Coming in and stealing it, that ain't earning it. But amen, amen. The Constitution should be written on a flag, and that flag should be honored. The Constitution should be honored because it has provided us with the ability to keep evil at bay. And you can take that any way you want it. It scares me. I think I said something about that. I'm only going to be on for another couple minutes anyway. Well, about 12 minutes. So, there you go, sunfish. Yep. The red is for the blood loss, winning our freedom. Just too bad so many had to. And I like that tapestry. I, I, when I first started doing my lives here in the room, I wanted a background, and I got that tapestry out and knew I had to put that up. Just make a statement. Yeah, don't know about that, Greg, but I do feel that this all helps to give people a chance. Anyway, back to digging in the dirt. I gotta, I gotta say, that's one thing I tell people when I'm out digging as if they seriously ask me questions about why I, will dig something out of the ground. It's not just to find whatever it is in the ground. It's to stay connected with that energy that God put there, because uh, I think I could never go barefoot. This isn't changing the subject either. I could never go barefoot. Don't know why. When I was a kid, I had to have shoes on. Um, and I had such tender feet when I was a kid, uh, maybe because I did wear shoes all the time, that I couldn't go barefoot, except when I was swimming at the canal. And for some reason, at the canal, the banks of the canal where the irrigation guys drove their trucks down the side of the canals to do irrigating on the vineyards and the orchards and all that. There were a lot of rocks and everything, but they seemed to be more rounded, I guess. I don't know. But I could run up and down the canal and jump in the canal and swim in the canal. And but I couldn't walk barefoot anywhere else, not even in the house. It just didn't sit well with me. But I think that yeah, that's one thing that is bothersome. All the farmland that's been reconstituted. But anyway, I think that before there were ever shoes, people had no shoes, they were barefoot. And in other countries where they don't have shoes, or they're not readily had, people's feet, excuse me, I'm sorry, people's feet are like leather. I can never get mine to turn to leather except in spots. I get calluses on one spot or another around the back of my heel or on the ball of my foot. Sorry about that. I hope I muffled that by grabbing the mic. I hope I muffled it by grabbing the mic. But I could get calluses on the ball of my feet, on the side of my feet, but never make the bottom of my foot tough enough to run without shoes. But that's why I don't wear gloves a lot, because even though there's a chance if I get down in the hole, excuse me, if I get down in the hole, and I have to be real careful because I don't want to cut myself either, but I was wearing gloves and I was getting tired. But I took my gloves off, kept digging, and pretty soon I wasn't tired anymore. And I don't know whether that's a second breath or whatever, getting my, you know, but anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. No, I wouldn't walk on burning coals because my feet aren't tough enough. There are some people that can walk on coals and get the coals. I know that the theory of it is if you get the coals to a certain point where all the ashes are on top, still glowing in the night, but there's ash on top and you can walk across it. But not me, because my feet are too tender. They're not tough enough for that. But a lot of people, they can go barefoot all the time and the bottoms of their feet are tough. And when the calluses build up and the skin turns to that leathery skin uh, that where you could possibly walk on coals and make it feasible, that doesn't happen with me. As a matter of fact, before it starts doing that, it dries out, cracks, and peels off, and it's not good at all. That's one thing that always bothered me is I always have to put things on my feet because the skin starts getting tough, and then all of a sudden it starts cracking and it goes to the meat and peels off and nasty stuff. Well, we're getting there close to the 180 mark. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Didn't quite make it to 30, but we did make it to, looks like 24. Cool. You ever try to watch your eyes, your own eyes, when you're, it's really weird because the video, the difference is just split second off. So you watch and you're looking at one spot, and all of a sudden your eyes dart to another, and you know you're not doing that, but it does it because it already did it, and you're seeing it late. So we're down to 2.5 minutes. So we'll start saying bye now. And again, thank you guys for being who you are. God bless you for hanging out with me all this time. And I know not everybody hangs out for the full time. People are in and out. People are on and off, and come on for a minute and then go find somebody else to say hi to. But it still makes me feel good that so many people will help me out. And I know that's what you're doing because you could be doing it for anybody that you're sitting here helping me out. And I appreciate it more than you guys will ever know. Um, don't know what the future's going to bring because we shouldn't. Uh, don't want to dig into the past unless it's something I dug up. So for the present, you guys make my day, and along with a few other things that make my day, but you guys are definitely one of the strong points of my day, and I appreciate that you would take the time, really do, and appreciate your thoughts. We can talk about anything, and we'll find something to say about it, even if I have to make it. No, not make it up. But anyways, again, God bless you all. You guys have a peaceful day and stay well, hunt well. Later, Gators. I hope that wood gets cleaned up pretty soon. You don't have it laying all over your ground there, Greg. But let's hunt.